What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in the news. As you guys can see on the screen, they have had a start of war words or whatnot. Both of them giving each other credit, but the fight has been official. The date has now been announced for September 13th, which is actually like 4 days before I go to Puerto Rico. So good. I'm glad they got it on that time so I could actually watch the fight. But this is actually not a fight that I'm really like, I've had my thoughts on this fight. I don't think that this fight is a fight that should be taking place, but it's already here now, so I mean it's no point of just crying over spilled milk. Canelo Alvarez, who didn't really look amazing against William Skull. Granted, fighting a guy like that, it's kind of hard to look good against. And Terence Crawford, who didn't look good against Israel Madrimov, didn't look his best. I thought he clearly won that fight, but some people had that fight closer than what I felt like it should have been. And I believe Terence Crawford will be 38 by the time they fight. Canelo Alvarez will be 35. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. But I will say this: if you know boxing the way I do, you know that you can't be even if you want Terence Crawford to win, which I do, but you can't be 100% sure on that victory. It's so many things that we don't know coming into this fight. I mean, we've never seen we've seen Terence Crawford fight once above 147 pounds, and I believe the thing is, I think people look at Terence Crawford fighting at 147 pounds and think that's going to be the same Terence Crawford to come in at 168 pounds. And that's why I feel like the mistake is being made, right? Now, obviously, Terence Crawford had one of the best runs at welterweight in boxing history, literally knocking out everybody that he fought at 147, including guys like Errol Spence, Sean Porter, guys that have never been, stopped before. And I mean, just had an amazing run, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, though I love Terence Crawford and I want Terence Crawford to win, you can't, if anybody tells you that they're 100% sure on Terence Crawford winning, that they're either lying or they don't know the sport of boxing. Because, I mean, listen, for one, we've never seen Terence Crawford fight above 154 pounds. We barely saw him fight above 147. He only fought at 154 once. So we don't know what that extra weight is going to play. We don't know what effects that's going to have on Terence Crawford. And it's not me hating. I'm just being honest. That's an extra 14 pounds on Terence Crawford. We don't know how that's going to come into play. Furthermore, we know Canelo Alvarez is not going to be... Canelo Alvarez is just a naturally bigger fighter. Now, if these two were fighting at if they both were naturally... the same weight or whatever, I would pick Terence Crawford all day, every day. I mean, his style, Terence Crawford has way too many styles in his arsenal. He has way too many tools. I just, he can do everything. He can be slick, he can box, he can brawl, he can bang, southpaw, orthodox. I mean, he literally has all tricks up his sleeve. But unfortunately, this is a sport where weight matters. And it's a saying, a good big man can beat a great little man. And in this situation, you have a great big man versus a great little man. And I just don't, I don't know. And then furthermore, Canelo has a chin. I be seeing people saying dumb stuff like Terence Crawford is going to stop Canelo Alvarez. And I just don't understand how you can feel like somebody who goes 36 rounds with Gennady Golovkin is going to get stopped by somebody that's coming up, 2 weight classes below. I don't see how that's even possible. So, and again, that's not me shitting on Bud, but it's like, let's be honest here, bro. Like, use common sense here. This dude just went, this dude went 36 rounds with Triple G, and you think somebody that's coming up from 147 is gonna stop him? Like, be realistic. No. Terence Crawford's his best bet is to come into the fight the same way he did against Victor Postal, where he used lateral movements. I don't care what people say, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So, therefore, what that means is he's going to have to use he's going to have to use his legs. If anybody watches Canelo Alvarez fight, they know anybody with straight punches and good footwork is going to give Canelo Alvarez hell. I stated this before with Erislandy Lara, Floyd Mayweather didn't even use move. He really stayed in the distance with Canelo until the 12th round, but Floyd is Floyd, so that's completely different. But guys like Dimitri Bivol, you know, like anybody that can throw straight punches and can move, it's gonna be a hell for Canelo. That's what Terence Crawford needs to do. But the problem is, the thing that I'm worried about is every fight that Terence Crawford has to this day, in my Deontay Wilder voice, the man has got hit flush. And I don't know if he could really just take a flush shot from Canelo Alvarez, because I mean that's not something that I would like to see him do. And then furthermore, the thing is, even with that game plan that I just came up with, right, with him moving or using his legs, that's extra weight added on him. Who's to say he can do that for 12 rounds? I don't know. And I know this video is coming off of me like kind of downing Bud, but I mean, I'm just telling you, this is why I didn't want this fight to happen. But there's nothing more that I would want than for Bud to get a victory. Like, I really want Bud to win. Canelo, obviously, he's gonna have to go to the body. And a lot of times, fighters, especially taller fighters, but I believe Bud is taller than Canelo. But a lot of fighters don't like to go to the body because they're subjected to get counter up top. And Bud is a very good counter puncher, but I don't think Bud can hurt Canelo. I just don't. But maybe he proves me wrong. I don't know. I hope he does, because I mean, I don't see it. But I mean, but obviously Canelo, he's got into this habit ever since he's been at 168, he's gotten into the habit where he's pretty much just stalks his opponent down. He'll sit there and give away half the round. And the thing about Canelo is Canelo fights in spurts. Like, he doesn't fight for a full round. He fights in spurts. And in order to make Canelo uncomfortable, you have to make him fight when he doesn't want to fight. That's why I always felt like somebody like Andre Ward would give Canelo Alvarez a lot of problems, because they would make him fight when he doesn't want to fight, like Triple G did in the first fight, the second fight too. But Canelo is gonna have to he's just gonna have to press the action. Obviously, he's going to have to work on his footwork. He's going to have to definitely cut off the ring. I mean, that's, he's slow on his feet. Canelo is slow on his feet, so he's going to have to work on cutting off the ring, because I just don't think that Bud is that crazy enough to sit there and try to trade with Canelo. Bud is he's going to fight, but he's going to be smart about it. So that's definitely something. Cutting off the ring, going to the body. Throwing a jab, getting his jab. I mean, when in doubt, jab. That's like the most important punch of boxing. Like, when in doubt, jab. You don't know what to do, just jab. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting while it lasts. I'm not gonna bet on this fight, because if I bet, then I'm gonna want Bud to lose. If I bet against Bud, I'm gonna want him to lose, and I don't want Bud to lose. I want Bud to win. But I pick, with my brain and not my heart. I just don't see it, and I pray that I'm wrong. I really do, but I don't see Bud beating Canelo Alvarez. I would hate to say that Canelo is gonna stop Bud. I just don't even want to make that prediction. That's how bad I want Bud to win. But I'm gonna be honest. I have Canelo winning this fight, and it's solely just because of weight. And it sucks, man, because Bud, like, I mean, I ain't gonna say it sucks, because I mean, they're both gonna make upwards of like 100 million. So I mean, it was really, when you're making that type of money, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really no loser in that fight. But it's like, damn, I did not want this to happen though. I would have loved for Bud to retire undefeated. The man has a very good resume that people like to sleep on. But if you know boxing, guys that he fought. Maybe they didn't have the biggest names, but he definitely fought some really good guys. One of the guys that he's fought that I feel like he never really got credit for beating his guys like Felix Diaz, guy that gave Lamont Peterson a lot of trouble. Like I said, he done ran through the whole welterweight division, or at least the relevant ones, and stopped them. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I would have loved for Bud to just like not take this fight and retire undefeated, but it is what it is. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Now, if you're Canelo, I mean, is this a win? I mean, like you in a lose-lose situation because I mean, yeah, if you beat Bud, I mean, okay, it's cool. You beat somebody that was a smaller fighter moving up technically two weight classes. I probably would say three. But I mean, if you lose to Bud, it's like damn. Now Bud is who was already the first male two-time undisputed champion. He's now going to be a three-time undisputed champion, which that's like that's some legacy defining shit right there, bro. Like if Bud can beat Canelo Alvarez, bro, like he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer, but like this right here just takes it to the whole nother level. Like it takes legacy to a whole nother level. So I'm going for Bud. I want Bud to win. But that's an uphill battle. But I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be rocking with him regardless. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Who are you picking to win this fight? How are you picking them to win this fight? But what do I know?